Hello, and welcome to my channel. My name is Kalyi, and today I'm going to be talking about what is quantum jumping. So, a little while ago, when I was researching this topic, I came across an analogy of train tracks, and I've taken that analogy and expanded on it quite a lot. So, I hope this helps you understand this topic more clearly. Quantum jumping happens in your life when you make choices that cause you to jump from the timeline that you're currently on onto a different timeline. In 1927, quantum physics revealed the observer effect in the now famous double slit experiment, where scientists were wondering whether photons of light acted as a wave or a particle. And they found an unexpected result. They found that when the experiment was not being observed, the photons acted as a wave, and when the experiment was being observed, the photons acted as particles. Importantly, in this experiment, the scientists were expecting to see the photons behaving as particles. And so the findings suggest that matter changes in accordance with the observer effect and also in accordance with what we expect to see. Quantum physics also introduced the theory of superposition, which states that all possibilities exist at the same time, simultaneously. And it's only when we decide to focus on one of the possibilities that it will come into being. The analogy with quantum jumping is that all possibilities in our life exist, and it can look like trains on train tracks that lie side by side and all go to different destinations. It's only when we make concrete decisions and behaviors that the certain train that we're on the train track that it's on, will manifest. The timeline that we're born on will include all of our history, the people, the circumstances, traumas, hurts, and memories from our childhood, including beliefs that we form about ourselves and the world. And these are usually stored in our subconscious or our unconscious. Many people think that our past defines us and that it will continue to define us and create our future. But it doesn't have to. We have the ability to change timelines. Quantum jumping is like jumping from the train you're currently on, which is on a certain track, onto a different train that is on a different track, thus changing your life and the destination that you're going to in your life. There's a catch though. You're carrying a heavy suitcase and you can't jump across to the other train carrying that suitcase. The suitcase represents all the things from your past that are now stored in your subconscious. So you probably don't even know most of what's in the suitcase, but you continue to carry it. In order to jump, to do the quantum jumping, you must leave that suitcase behind in order to jump to the new train. You can let go of that heavy baggage that is holding you back from living the next developmental stage in your life. So the suitcase is what's keeping you on the same train and the same train track. And all you've got to do is leave that suitcase behind to jump to the next train. So why can't people let go of the suitcase? Many people believe that their past, all the things in the suitcase, the hurts, histories, people, beliefs, they believe that these things don't just define them, but they are them, and they can't leave them behind. But they can. All these things in the suitcase are things that you've collected along the way. These things can be given to you by parents, siblings, friends, partners, and you may not like them. You may not like the clothes that they've given you. You may not like wearing them. You may not like looking at the belongings. If you feel the weight of that suitcase and you don't like these things that are inside it, then you can let it go. And it's time to let it go. So there is 3 steps to do in this analogy. The first is to look at what's inside the suitcase. What's inside yourself? What are the things you like about yourself, dislike about yourself, your shadow sides? What are the beliefs that you're holding about yourself and the world? Metaphorically unpack the suitcase and look at all these things that you're holding in your subconscious. Bring them into the conscious and have a good look at them. And then, how do you feel about them? This will show you what your frequency is right now. You're consciously letting go of old beliefs, opinions and habits, behaviors, and replacing them with new opinions, beliefs, habits and behaviors that more align with who you want to be. The second step is to decide to leave this suitcase behind and jump across to another train. When you're on this train going on a different track, you can acquire new clothes along the way and a new suitcase. So the analogy here is you reprogram your subconscious. You fill your mind, your subconscious mind and your conscious mind with beliefs that more align with who you want to be. Who do you want to be? What's your best self? And then learn new things and form new beliefs. Develop new qualities about yourself that you really like. And in this way, you fill the suitcase, a new suitcase with new clothes, new possessions, because you're reprogramming your subconscious. And the third step is start to wear your new clothes and really enjoy doing so. This will raise your frequency as you become more aligned with who you want to be. And in time, you'll feel better about yourself and the world as you raise your internal frequency. These changes might happen slowly. At first, you may feel uneasy with the changes, and you may get negative comments from other people who don't want you to change. But don't be afraid and keep going. As you raise your frequency and start to feel better about yourself, you will attract more into your life, which is on your new frequency. And your train will take you to a new destination in your life, one where you really want to go. It'll seem like these changes are happening outside, but really it's because you're changing yourself, your internal frequency for the better, and attracting things that are on that new frequency. As you allow more changes in your inner frequency, you'll gradually become more comfortable with the changes in the outer reality and with the changes in yourself. It's important to remember that all the changes and qualities that you want to make and bring out in yourself are already there within yourself. Like the quantum theory of superposition, they already exist It's up to you to choose to bring certain things into the forefront of your consciousness, to bring them into reality. As you choose to bring these things to the forefront, things about yourself that you really like, and new beliefs that are more in line with who you are, who you want to be, the old limiting beliefs will gradually recede and eventually leave your energy field forever. As you allow these possibilities and enjoy wearing the new clothes, these things will create circumstances and experiences and beliefs that reflect who you want to be rather than who you're forced to be. Let go of attachment to the ego, that is, what you think you should be, and align more with life because you are life. Your soul is the divine part of you, and it can do anything if you will allow it. Allow your soul's potential. As Gandhi said, become the change you want to see in the world. So you're no longer looking for external things to make these changes. You are making the changes by changing your internal frequency and jumping onto a different train. Fear often stops us from quantum jumping because we think that if we hold on to the familiar, we will be safe. But we didn't come here to be safe. Often that means to stagnate and be unhappy. We came here to develop and evolve to the best version of ourselves that we can imagine. Your past can only continue to hurt you if you hold on to it, if you let it. So the change all starts with letting go of that old suitcase that's full of clothes that you no longer like wearing. This is the expression of your soul's potential. And as you become free of your past, you find the freedom and the courage to step into who you really are in this life, who you really want to be in this life. You can then repack the suitcase with clothes that you really like wearing and possessions that you really love. That is, you reprogram yourself. So choose what you want to be and focus on that so that you're no longer traveling along on the same train to a destination that you no longer want to go to. So let go of the suitcase and jump. I know that you can.